Welcome, it's a wonderful day to talk about or play T9A in Bavaria and in the whole world. It's Flo, I'm your host. Today I'm still reading from Beauty and Terror, the Dread Elves Supplement. Today it's from a slaver, from a more isolated province who visits the main in areas, the main country here, and with his relatives there, and basically experiences or re-experiences some of what it means to be a Dread Elf, to be a member of the Dab, to see or which kind of man and structures and politicals and societies happen to be there, where the Dread Elves meet, how the Republic functions, how their social structure functions. Wow, all that in one story. Yeah, there's one chapter where you'll get an insight, and a chapter which will, I think, be worth a read. I'll do it anyway. As my time in Dayton was coming to an end, my noble cousin insisted I accompany him to the capital, where I could board a ship for my return. We stayed at his townhouse, and I had a stimulating few days in the ancient city. Black stone edifices rising up its inspiring cracks, framed in winter months by the legendary oxidized red ice of that monumental unassailable fjord. I beheld the sights, the great spire of Ger Dacos, seat of power for all Dayton, the enormous temple of Nab, dominating the city center, the extraordinary shrine of Harak, perched on its cliff top like a gnarled old guardian, channeling the power of the storm. I witnessed the regular sacrifices hurled down into the freezing seas, their ice flows so treacherous to all but the most experienced sailors. And you'll soon see the cover of Dread Elves Beauty and Terror supplement again. Okay, I'm continuing. On my last evening, Lorak invited several officers and noble acquaintances to dinner to bid me farewell. The first guest found us in the library, debating the artistry of the tetralogies of the Rebellion, an ancient tale from the age of ruin that has long been a favorite for us both. Soon a varied group had joined the debate, including one Prince Lyrian Zilak. Despite his fearsome military reputation and his menacing visage, he turned out to be very knowledgeable in matters of history. He recited word for word another long poem about the conflict with the Pearl tyranny and how the Dab finally earned our freedom in glorious combat. Led by Supreme Legate Amen Began, father of our nation, he continued by explaining the role of the cult of Yama, innocent worshippers ignorantly persecuted by Alden, bringing the King of Beauty to our righteous cause, cleansing the white isles of the true and honest faithful. Our guests began to chime in, agreeing that the Andrai had lost their way in the Golden Age before the war. The true Dab spirit was born in the hardships of the fatherland, in our blood and sweat, with which we built our home here in the West. As the lofty highborn clung to the luxuries of their towers. We are people hardened by strife, but these are truism learned in the crib. Lyrian took the lead again, guiding us back to more educated subjects, and everyone fell silent, listening to the famed warrior relating how Rayton became the great and populated city of today. When the table was ready, we took our places, and my cousin offered a toast in my honor. The scene was well decorated and ornately furnished, but my attention was held by the calm and mysterious lady seated opposite, regarding me with open curiosity. "What's your opinion?" The question took me back to reality. I realized I was being addressed by Prince Lirin, seated alongside the woman. Seeing my confusion, he repeated, "I was just telling Lady Gandra here that Rayton is disagreeable and chaotic these days. The Temple of Nab is pressing the Senate to sanction its campaign against the murdering humans in Virentia. What say you?" I tried to recall what I knew of politics in the capital. 99 senators, 3 consuls, crimson for their robes, obsidian for their thrones, 3-year terms in each consular office for a total of 9 years. All part of the system established by the elders at the end of the war we had just been talking about. It's many years since I paid close attention to affairs in Rayton, I am afraid. I suppose Lady Hurak is in a tough position. She's still the consul of ceremony, is she not? Lady Gandra gave me a beguiling smile. "You're better off in ignorance, my friend," she said. "Hurak's already passed through ceremony and commerce. She's a consul of conflict now. But you're right. She'll have to convince most of the opposing senators if she wants to maintain the support of the temple. And the favor of the Warcrow is not to be discarded. The Senate would be fools if they sanctioned that campaign," another tall noble said. I would later learn he was a key financier of the Mazaland faction. "It's no more than a courser's raid to my eyes. If we continue down this path, we'll be nothing but looters and pillagers, and we are born to be conquerors. Our true road has always been to dominate the White Isles and all its colonies. The Senate is supposed to serve the people, but I fear it has forgotten our purpose." At this point, I noticed the discomfort of the figure sitting beside me. My cousin had told me she was lowborn, a hardened veteran, who had risen up the ranks of the army. She turned to me and whispered, "How easy is it to speak for the people when one has had a private tutor and a fine estate on the higher slopes of Rayton? I wouldn't follow that arrogant twit to battle, even if he paid me half the loot. But I would follow Prince Lirin. Do you know why? Because he went through the academy with me, side by side, through every exhausting day of training and every hungry, sleepless night." The dinner continued late, and the guests departed with their respective retinue and slaves. I stood by the hearth with my cousin Lorik, rambling about all I had seen and learned in my time with him. We dab on many things, but here in Selexia, as in the colonies, but I had gained an appreciation for that which unites us. Whether you are a prince of ancient dynasty, a commoner, or even an exiled outcast, we all have to take for ourselves. We all have what we take for ourselves through sheer will. And no queen, no emperor, or god can deny that. We are what we take. Well, and I hope you take from this that you want to continue reading Beauty and Terror, either through downloading it on www.the9age.com in the download section under the art and background, or that you want to take the printed book from Amazon, going to Amazon, typing T9A, typing Beauty and Terror, and getting it there. Currently there's a special action there, so use it while I'm still on my quest to reading Beauty and Terror on Twitch, and while I'm still bringing new episodes of that to YouTube. Once the last episode of these readings has passed to YouTube and gone up there, the special offer will go down. Okay, I've got still, let me check, 1-2 days of reading from Beauty and Terror, so be fast. And remember, it's a good day to play or talk about T9A, not only in Bavaria, but in the whole world. and